Good evening, everyone. Wanted to go ahead and give an update on GME. Wanted to give everyone kind of like a few different updates on this specific video. I actually will be shutting down my Discord. A lot of the people that have been following my trades and kind of participating in one of the Discords that I've been in. I was actually participating in one Discord, started my own. A lot of things have gone on. But I ended up making the decision to go ahead and shut down my Discord and no longer participate. So what I'm going to be transitioning to is I'll post videos regarding certain kinds of trades, things of that nature. If you wanted to follow along, it just depends on what you're really into. I will try to give a heads up on some trades I'll enter like the day prior or sometimes in the week. Sometimes those will be captured in the description. But if you like this video, go ahead and hit the like button. And if you want to subscribe and then still follow along with the videos, although that some of the trades will now be taken inside any Discords, please feel free to kind of follow along. One of the trades that we've been keeping an eye on that we're still holding a bunch of shares in is GameStop. We saw that there's been another influx of flow on some of the contracts for this week's expiration and then next week's expiration, and then even into August and September timeframes. But as always, we're going to start on the weekly time frame for the chart and then kind of drill down from there. What we've seen over the last 3 weeks is a lot of this analysis that's in here is kind of on the daily chart, but I don't want to erase anything because this kind of maps out exactly where we've come and gone over the last few weeks. So each candle obviously represents 1 week, and so you can see where that barcode that we had previously mentioned before kind of began in between this $29 and $23 range, so about a $6 range, and you could see where we broke down and then kind of tested the upper support and then lower resistance, or I'm sorry, lower support and then upper resistance in two different points of view, both from the daily and weekly time frames. So what I want to do is kind of just from here, you'll see where we are in this upward trend. So the analysis, the channel that I'm highlighting is more on the daily time frame, and that's what will stick out further. So if we went down to this daily time frame, you'll see this is where that upper channel, after we retested this 2251 mark right here on Tuesday, June 25th, retested this again on Monday, the 1st of July. And so ever since we tested this here, you can see where we've kind of just slowly migrated up this upper channel using this lower channel here as support as we stepped up. So what we had highlighted previously is this barcoding area previously highlighted, once again $23 to $29, so a $6 barcoding area where we were testing the lower and upper bounds, and then we came in here and then went into an accumulation zone, and this zone was really specifically between 26.22 and 23.14, and so that was highlighted, and this was about a $3 window, and then you could see where it tightened out again, and then we were between that 23.02 and then 24.72. So you're seeing about $1.50 to $2 step down into multiple areas here. But what I wanted to kind of highlight is if you're looking at this from the same perspective we did before, you can kind of just take off the top of this part here, and then you could see where those few days leading up to this candle where we pushed up to 27.33. So what I do here is I try to do my best to just go ahead and drop a line on that most recent high, and that was from today. So 27.27. And what I'm looking at here is actually this candle that's right here. So on this candle, before we went to that second run up, you can see where you had an upper bound of $28. Well, I've always shared with you guys that about $29, somewhere around there, was really where we needed to get back above. So during this accumulation, during this, more or less chop zone or barcoding area, all we were doing is kind of just accumulating. RSI was staying somewhat flat, and we never really got back into these ranges that we were looking at previously. So when looking at this, what this really does to set up for me is this channel, and we're probably going to see a push down if we come up to this upper channel immediately tomorrow. So where I would map this out is about 2787 or 2790, somewhere around here. And then you may come down and actually test on that daily candle around 2580. So it wouldn't be surprising to me to see this continue to move upward in these increments. And so I'll go ahead and box this in because that really would be a reclaim of that zone. But what would be most important is for us to come up to this 29.27 mark. So we're looking to reclaim where we had a very strong resistance back here in June, the early part of June. We would like to see some kind of push, and I'll highlight that for you guys. You can kind of just draw here. So don't be surprised if you see a test here, and then where it comes down to here, and then obviously where we would be using this upper and lower channel as support and resistance as we're going through. But the critical part here is that this level right around about 2730 becomes support. We need to be able to reclaim 2730. We need to be able to get this to flip over here and then stay above 2730 and then make for this push at this level here at 2927. So the reason why these are so critical is because we saw a push and a rejection, that we saw a long wick candle where we came up to this 33.76 and then pushed down. So what we're looking for is just this steady climb in order to reclaim this $30 level. So take it step by step. Let's reclaim the 2730 and then come up here off the top part of that candle I was just mentioning. If we wanted to draw a line and horizontal line and get this to about 2819, it would be critical to kind of step up from 2721, reclaim 28, and then do 29. Following that. So what I'm looking for is really just these dollar increments in order to be able to step up 1, 2, 3, get above this level, and then kind of look at this more of a, not a blue sky territory, because technically we could map out some resistance levels that we'd have to transition through. But you'll see a lot of this is on those even numbers, right? So right around like 31, if we could get above this 29.27, I would love to see a push somewhere around 30.65 to $31, somewhere around there, where we could get into this zone and kind of continue that forward momentum or upward momentum. Once again, this trade, a lot of the options trades that we had taken here, we did end up closing those trades. Some of them were profitable, some of them not, and now we're kind of moving forward, through the rest of this trade with just carrying shares alone. All of these are good indications of what is to come, and I'm excited to see where this stock goes going forward. So once again, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe to follow along, go ahead and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys next time.